my pleasure to be here once again to present to you the Judy White Orr Teaching with Heart and Soul Award. Believe it or not, this is our 7th year of this award. So this program is in honor of Farmington Public Schools' former Assistant Superintendent of Curriculum, Judy White Orr, who passed away in 2006. Judy dedicated her life to the pursuit of excellence in education and spent 15 years of her career in Farmington from 1986 to 2001. Her Teaching with Heart and Soul pledge was created to inspire teachers to reach out to kids in unique and creative ways. It is in this spirit that we created this award in her honor. The criteria for the award was derived from her pledge, which reads, "Today, I will respect the uniqueness of each child, ignite the joy of learning, listen to their voices, put human connections first, encourage the spirit and let their light shine, create a caring, learning community." And next to my papers here. Well, so that is the end of that pledge. Sorry about that. So that was the pledge for Judy White Orr, and that is what she wanted every teacher to practice in their classroom. And that's why we devoted this award in her name. So, on May 2nd, the superintendent, along with Warner students and staff, surprised a staff member at Warner Upper Elementary School. I'm going to tell you a little about this teacher. Wow, really messed up here. So fellow teacher and nominator, Tara Shamey, who we all know and love, wrote, "I have never known a single student that didn't feel honored and cherished by Elise. She truly has a gift and teaches with heart and soul. Elise goes above and beyond for her students. She holds before school study parties, if you can believe that, and has office hours at the public library or a coffee shop on Saturdays. She uses song, dance, and play to engage her students, showcasing their talent and individuality. She allows them to be involved in the instructional process. Her classroom reflects her teaching style. It is filled with comfortable chairs, bean bags, fun pencils, and prizes, most of which she has purchased for her classroom. She provides a comfortable atmosphere which encourages students to take risks and make mistakes, as well as celebrate their successes." As it states in her nomination, it is impossible to not think of Elise Janke when you think of a teacher igniting the joy of learning. I'm not always sure you get kids excited about the Common Core, but her students know they are hardcore for Common Core. And I think it goes like that. Right? Oh, yeah. And Elise Janke, while only being with the district for the past 6 years, she has certainly made her mark on children, parents, and staff, especially at Warner Upper Elementary School, where she has taught 5th grade for the past 4 years. So, it is my great pleasure to introduce to you this year's Judy White Orr Teaching with Heart and Soul Award winner, Elise Janke. And I want everyone to say, "Oh, yeah."
Oh, yeah.
And just so you know, there's a plaque, a large plaque that hangs right outside the Board of Education room, and your name will be added to the list of previous winners in this prestigious award.
Yes,
Congratulations,
there are
Elise.
some prestigious names on that
Yes,
list.
there are some great teachers on there.
Before I even acknowledge this, I do want to say congratulations to the athletes. It's amazing to see what our kids look like because we see them when they're so small, and then to see them in high school. It's just, you guys are amazing, and I'm going to be proud of all of you, even though I didn't have any of you. So congratulations with that. Okay, so thank you so much for this award. I mean, it was a shock, and I'm very surprised but very honored by this award because the concept behind this award captures everything that makes teaching so important, and valuing the uniqueness of our children and making learning fun, and that community piece is, you know, everything that we believe in our classroom. And so to be recognized for something that you believe so strongly in, it's indescribable. So thank you so much for that. Heather Briggs right there. I'm going to touch on her in a second, but she's my teaching partner. We co-teach all day long, every day, and she's Briggs and I'm Jenkins, so together we make the Brinky Bunch. So I might refer to that. So we're the Brinky Bunch. And in our classroom, we always joke that our kids come in so normal, but then they leave so very strange. Because we love when kids can be themselves, and we love the weirdness and the quirkiness of all of the kids and of ourselves, and we are so strange all day long that it's amazing that, you know, they do make it out as normal as they do. And so many times throughout the day, we think to ourselves, only in the Brinky Bunch. Like, only in the Brinky Bunch are we going to see a kid running around with a purple tutu. Only in the Brinky Bunch are we going to see, you know, kids on beanbags laying, sprawling out with all of their books surrounding them. And so we do take so much pride in valuing the uniqueness and the strangeness of each of the kids, and really, and we love helping them find out who they are. And 5th grade is a big age for that, for their personalities to start really shining through. So it is such an honor to receive this award, because it does support all of that we do. But I do have to say that being recognized for teaching with all my heart and soul, it's so easy to love what I do. It's so easy, because I work in this environment where that's encouraged, and where we have so much love and so much spirit all day long. Our administration, I mean, we have a dancing principal, a break dancing principal, who, I mean, if that doesn't scream spirit and scream love for kids, I don't know what does. You know, our staff and Ms. Corbett supports PBIS and the positive behavior, so that culture is there. Also, when Mr. Watson was once asking, he said, okay, so your husband went to Michigan and you went to state, so how does that work with him bleeding blue and you bleeding green? And I said, well, I love state, but I don't bleed green, I bleed purple. And he was like, that is awesome, that's really you know, just the fact that he didn't think that was strange, and you know, I knew I was in the right spot. So, also, the students. We have one right here. My kids are so amazing. I'm going to cry probably talking about them. But how could you not love a job where you come in and see faces like that? Faces like that you did our lunch today. You know, every day they come in with such a big smile and they want to tell us, you know, everything that happened in their life the whole night before, and you know, they're so excited about what they did with Moby Math and how many standards they grew, and it's just so exciting. Like today, you know, kids were coming up to me, they're like, "Mrs. Janke, why do you look so pretty?" And I'm like, well, I'm going to a very fancy meeting tonight. And so, you know, just the fact that they will say things just makes me feel good. It's hard not to love that job. We had 2 sisters today in our class. We have lots of twins and triplets in our class. But 2 girls today were saying that when they grow up, they want to be 5th grade teachers and co-teach like Briggs and I do. And I was just, oh my gosh, that's like what every person wants to grow up to be, like a role model for a kid. And it was just so sweet to hear that. You know, and then we've had kids all for the past month say, "Are you going to go to 6th grade with us?" And just the fact that they still aren't sick of us yet, I mean, that's so great. And also, we get little notes on our desk randomly like, "You're the best teacher ever, Mrs. Janke. Thanks for helping me today, Mrs. Janke." You know, it's those kinds of things. I don't really understand how anyone could not teach with their whole heart and soul, working in an environment like that. Which leads me to my colleagues. I have some amazing people right here. Hi, and Hattie Lagan. She was a former Heart and Soul winner, and I can't even believe that I could even be, I know I'm not even in that category, but I'm in the category of Heart and Soul now with you, so I mean, that's such an honor. She does so many amazing things, and I just want to be her. She's an angel for all of our kids. Shammy, Dr. Shammy, who nominated me, which is, it's hard to explain what it's like to be nominated for something like this by someone that you idolize so much. I look up to her, and I always have. She is one of the most phenomenal people and teachers I've ever known. She got me through my first year at Warner. I went from first grade at Longacre, and I was so devastated to leave Longacre. I loved Longacre, and I still do. But then I was like, okay, I'm going to go to Warner. Warner's a great school. It's going to be great. And I ended up teaching 5th grade, going from 1st to 5th. No idea what I was doing. And I had a class that I will always remember, and I loved those kids so much, but they were a hard bunch, and especially as a first year 5th grade teacher. And every day I'm like, Dr. Shammy, what do I do? I'm trying this and this, and she would just sit with me for hours and bounce ideas off me, and they really are a class that I will always remember, and I love them, and they still today will, call or text me or say, like, can I come by on a half day to see you? So, and that's thanks to you. I mean, if it weren't for you, I wouldn't have been able to get through that big transition year. And Tara's motto is always, do whatever is best for kids. And that is something that has stayed with me. Like, she says it for everything. I'm like, should I do this lesson today? Do whatever's best for kids. Should I, go crazy and do this idea, make up this song, or do this dance, or spend this much money on my classroom lever? Do whatever's best for kids. So that's something that I will always remember, and I will think of you every time that I say that to myself, because I say to myself all the time, should I do this? It's best for kids. Okay, Tara would say to do it. And then Kasab, Mr. Kasab over there, who is the other half of Kasham, also our teacher of the year this year. He is also my coach, my instructional coach, and he's been so positive. We started a whole new structure this year with math workshop, and he was there every step of the way. He would come in and watch our lesson, and within 5 minutes he would have pages and pages and pages of his feedback copied and ready to go. And it was always so positive, and always such great ideas and feedback. And he wants everyone to feel so loved. And as soon as I won this award, he kept saying to me, did so-and-so say congratulations? I can't believe they didn't say congratulations. I haven't even left my classroom, it's okay. So he always wants what's best for everyone, and he's just such a positive person to be around all day. And Briggs. Okay, so Heather Briggs is my soulmate. She's my teaching partner, but she's also my
Sorry,
soulmate.
Ryan.
Sorry, Ryan. But she's my teaching soulmate. Is that better? And it all began because Heather got moved to Warner, and her name was Rose at the time. And I guess our principal just pictures me in this land like unicorns and flowers over there. So he's like, Jake, you gotta put her with a lady named Rose. Like, that's obviously a good idea. So that's literally the reason that we became partners. So as soon as I found out, I Google stalked her, of course. Like, what else would you do when you found out you had a new teaching partner? And I found out that she was a dancer on Google. And I danced my whole life. And so I knew it was meant to be. So then I called Heather and I said, oh my gosh, welcome to Warner. Do you want to come over to my house and start planning right now? And this was in the middle of the summer, and she was like, okay. So she comes over to my house, and before she came, I decided to make her a very special present to welcome her to Warner with all of our Warner, like, water bottles and our Warner pom-poms and our Warner everything with a big purple boa and a big card. And so this is the very first time I ever met her. She comes up to my door, rings the doorbell, and I open it, and I'm like, welcome to Warner, I'm your partner. And she was like, thank you, and she gives me a big hug, and I mean, if it was other teachers, they could have been like, see ya, back to my old school. But Heather she loved me for the craziness that I am, and I knew that it was meant to be at that point. And it's weird to even accept an award on my own, because we're the Brady Bunch. It's not Mrs. Jenke, and it's not Mrs. Briggs. We are one. And even the kids were like, just working. You guys are just one. Like they didn't even understand the fact that one of us could win an award without the other. And I want to, and I can't do anything on my own without her. The reason that I'm able to love what I do so much, and the reason that I'm able to put so much into it is because of Heather. I mean, she does so much, and she's such an inspiration. I get to watch her every single day, and she has such a way with children that I wish everybody could see her. I mean, she just always knows what to do, what to say. She always has her little Briggsism sayings, good gravy, or, you know, they just roll off her tongue. And she is like a sister, like a best friend, everything to me, and I just love her so much, and I get to teach with my best friend every single day, and I just love her so much. Okay, and then finally, my family. Well, before I say my family, the family of my students are incredible as well, and I have this written down and I must have passed over it. I have a whole family, the Devine family here, who is the most incredible family. Every day, Julie Devine is at our school doing everything that we could ever need her to do. She's making videos for orientation. She's doing, I mean, she's copies for us. She's here right now. And, you know, and then we have Mr. Devine also, who is such an incredible person. He came in for Career Day with the most engaging Career Day presentation I've ever seen. He's, you know, a lawyer, and we did a whole court scene in our classroom, and the kids were on the floor. They were arguing. It was like such an amazing experience. And they always will email us and say such positive things. Like after we do anything, they're like, oh my gosh, thank you for motivating and encouraging our children. And it brings tears to our eyes every single time. So thank you so much for creating such a positive work experience always. I mean, the families at Warner and Farmington are incredible. Okay, so now back to my family. I love you so much. And obviously, I literally wouldn't be here without you. You guys are my everything. I mean, right now I have a few of my family members. The day that we had the presentation, the big surprise, I had 2 huge rows, like 20 family members, my cousins, my aunts, my uncle, whatever. My in-laws, everyone was there. My mom was a teacher, and she's the reason that I declared my major when I was 4 years old. So I saw her in the classroom. I just wanted to do what she was doing, and because I always wanted to be like my mom, and I still do. I hope one day I can be as wonderful as you. I see her with children. She's a substitute teacher, and when I see her with the kids, I'm just like, gosh, they are so lucky to be able to work with you, even for the small amount of time that they get to be with you. And I call her all the time, always asking her, what do I do in this situation? And she always knows. Moms always know. My dad, whenever we have lunch with a loved one at school, at Warner or Longacre, my dad always comes, and all the kids' parents come. We have one tomorrow, by the way. Oh, sorry. And also, he went to Michigan. He's a huge Michigan fan, and I went to Michigan State for the College of Education, and he dealt with it in such a great way. He had a really hard time writing the first check to Michigan State, but you know, he's accepted me for the Spartan that I am. My husband hasn't accepted me for it. And then there's my in-laws who are always by my side. And whenever there's a Warner fundraiser, you know, my mother-in-law and my father-in-law are like, what can we do? Who do we write the check out to? You know, how can we help? And they always support me as a teacher. And I love them so much. And my grandpa, I'm so lucky that my grandpa's here. He actually got me this, when I won the Heart and Soul Award, he got me this Purple Heart from Purple Warner, Farmington. And I'm going to wear it every day to assemble this award. And then my husband. I'm sorry, I know scholar athletes, you have homework to do, I'm really sorry. Ryan is my high school sweetheart. I've been with him my whole life pretty much, and he is just the best friend besides Briggs. Sorry. Okay, and he listens to, I come home every day with these craziest stories, and they never sound as good when I get home as they, he listens to them every single time. He'll call me all the time and be like, okay, what is the scholastic charge now on the credit card? I'm like, okay, just like I'm gonna look at that for a little bit. And then also, you know, this is a hard job. I mean, teaching is fun. It's the best job in the whole world, but it's hard. And, you know, you always want to just do more and more. And I go home, and I'm tired, and he's always like, so positive. And he's like, you're doing great. And it means more to me than you'll ever know. I love you so much. Sorry that I'm like sort of like, you know, I get the mouth breaks. Okay, so anyhow, thank you so much. I love you guys, all of you that are here. Thank you so much for this award. Sorry, I know I've been going for a long time. I have a lot of good things to say.